Here are some details on House of the Dragon Season 2, such as what to anticipate from the plot and when it might air. 3 years after the contentious Game of Thrones finale, House of the Dragon has signaled a comeback for Westerosi storytelling. It has typically garnered positive reviews and acclaim from critics and viewers alike and has been a tremendous ratings success for HBO. Season the 1st of May have allayed any last-minute concerns, but since that was just the start, the focus now is on what the future holds. After the dramatic conclusion of Season 1, fans should anticipate House of the Dragon Season 2 to take things even further. Civil war is imminent, and things will only get worse and bloodier after Aegon and Rhaenyra were both crowned, and when Aemon killed Lucerys just outside of Storm's End. Here is a breakdown of what is currently known about House of the Dragon Season 2, which is very much positioned for the long haul and should last for a good several years. House of the Dragon Season 2 Renewal. Unsurprisingly, HBO immediately renewed House of the Dragon Season 2 after the network's record-breaking Season 1 debut. Despite the criticism of Season 8, Game of Thrones was one of the most popular TV shows of all time, thus it stands to reason that House of the Dragon would also be a success. HBO has not yet said if or how many episodes will make up Season 3 of the show, but it seems safe to assume that there will be another 10 episodes. It wouldn't be surprising if George R.R. Martin got his desire and House of the Dragon were to be extended to 4 seasons of 10 episodes each. House of the Dragon Season 2 cast, who will return? The majority of the Season 1 cast members should return for House of the Dragon Season 2. All of the characters who are still living are likely to make a comeback because House of the Dragon now appears to have settled with its adult cast after numerous time jumps. This will result in a renewed leadership role for Emma Darcy as Rhaenyra Targaryen and Olivia Cooke as Alicent Hightower on the program, as well as a greater emphasis on their offspring. The Season 2 major cast will resemble the following based on Season 1. Emma Darcy as Rhaenyra Targaryen, Matt Smith as Daemon Targaryen, Olivia Cooke as Alicent Hightower, Rhys Ifans as Otto Hightower, Fabian Frankel as Kristen Cole, Eve Best as Rhaenys Targaryen, Steve Toussaint as Corlys Velaryon, Sonoya Mizuno as Mysaria, Tom Glencarney as Aegon II Targaryen, Ewan Mitchell as Aemon Targaryen, Thea Sabin as Helena Targaryen, Harry Collett as Jacaerys Velaryon, Bethany Antonia as Baela Targaryen, Phoebe Campbell as Rhaena Targaryen, Graham McTavish as Harold Westerling, Matthew Needham as Larys Strong. House of the Dragon Season 2 crew, behind-the-scenes changes. The majority of the actors may be back, but the second season of House of the Dragon will have one significant change due to the departure of co-showrunner Miguel Sapochnik. 3 episodes of House of the Dragon Season 1 were handled by Sapochnik, who directed numerous episodes of Game of Thrones, including Battle of the Bastards and the Winds of Winter, Episode 1, The Heirs of the Dragon, Episode 6, The Princess and the Queen, and Episode 7, Driftmark. Despite Sapochnik leaving House of the Dragon, Ryan Condal, his co-showrunner, will remain. Alan Taylor, another seasoned Game of Thrones director, will also be participating as executive producer and director for a number of episodes. House of the Dragon Season 2 story, what Season 1 set up. The plot of House of the Dragon Season 2 ought to pick up where Season 1 leaves off, namely with war. The race for the Iron Throne has officially begun as Aegon and Rhaenyra proclaim themselves to be king and queen, respectively. Similar to this, Rhaenyra and Daemon will be even more motivated to exact retribution as a result of Aemon's deeds at Storm's End, and this is where Season 2 should start. The Dance of the Dragons may officially begin in Season 2 after much of Season 1 was spent establishing the stage. That will result in more conflicts, political intrigue, and the division of Westeros into 2 halves as the rival factions compete for allegiance. The Dance of the Dragons timeline is shorter, spanning only a few years compared to Season 1, which lasted several decades. There won't be as many time leaps as a result, but there will still be much to cover because there will be betrayals, schemes, and, of course, deaths and dragons. With Jacaerys departing for the Vale of Arryn and Winterfell, House of the Dragon Season 2 will likely move beyond King's Landing and Dragonstone. It can highlight how drastically this splits the 7 kingdoms of Westeros and further include new personalities and families. House of the Dragon Season 2, new characters to expect. Season 2 of House of the Dragon will feature a large number of new characters in addition to many familiar acquaintances. Cregan Stark, Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North, who Jace will meet at Winterfell, will be one of them. Jaina Arryn, Lady of the Eyrie and Warden of the East, will also be introduced to Jace. The second season of House of the Dragon should feature new dragon riders as a result of Daemon's discussions of dragons and his singing to Vermithor. These dragon riders are likely to include Hugh Hammer, a blacksmith's bastard who claims Vermithor, Ulf White, a man-at-arms who claims Silverwing, and Nettles, a young bastard girl who is able to tame the wild dragon Sheepstealer and House of the Dragon Season 2 release date prediction. Season 2 of House of the Dragon is anticipated to start production at the latest in the spring of 2023, according to Spanish Daily Hoy. Around April or May, King's Landing, the location used for Season 1's King's Landing, will once again be in Caceres. However, since majority of Season 1 was shot at the UK's Leavesden studios, it's feasible that filming will start earlier. House of the Dragon Season 2 will most certainly be released in 2024 because development will most likely last until at least midway through 2023. There will be extensive post-production in addition to the footage. The first season of House of the Dragon was finished filming in February 2022, and it was released 6 months later. However, the production's timetable included closures because of COVID. With that in mind, it is safe to assume that the release date for House of the Dragon Season 2 will be around April 2024, a time period that has long been inhabited by Game of Thrones, though HBO may decide to push it back after experiencing great success with its August launch. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more.